Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown. This is Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. I am your host, Bronco Bill. All right, guys, there's a lot of topics I have today, all across the NFL. Obviously, Bronco news, but also NFL news. And then I have a segment that I haven't needed to put in for quite a while, but it's back in this video. Let's get started. Everybody, for the most part, should know that Brian Flores was passed up by several teams for his head coaching job since he's been fired by the Miami Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins fired Flores, and Brian claims that he's not getting a fair shake or a fair interview process when it comes to other teams. He's suing the Dolphins, the Giants, and the Broncos because he feels he wasn't treated fairly in the interview process. Now, he also claims that when he was the head coach of the Dolphins, that the owner of the Dolphins wanted him to throw games so that he being the owner, would have a better draft choice because they would be higher up in the draft to get the player they wanted. Now, Flores says that his integrity and his the way he does things, he's not going to do that, even though the owner of the Dolphins offered him $100,000 per game thrown. Now, you know, integrity speaks volumes, guys. Integrity speaks volumes in the NFL. It really does. And you really know who you can rely on and who you can't. And if an owner wants a coach to throw games because it helps him better in the draft, then what's the head coach? Nothing more than a puppet. And in this case, that's what Brian Flores feels that he was as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. I go on. Flores is also naming Elway and Ellis in the lawsuit. Reason being, before the Broncos hired Vic Fangio, they brought in Brian Flores to be interviewed. However, Flores alleges that Elway looked disheveled, and Flores, feels Elway was out drinking the night before. Elway claims he and Ellis were returning from an East Coast interview and had very little sleep. I don't know who to believe at this point, but I do know that there has to be some type of track record, some type of checking credit cards, private jet takeoff and landings at different airports. There has to be some traceable way to see if Elway was at a bar, a nightclub, out with friends, family, dinner, drinking, whatever. That would be on credit cards. That would be traceable if they used credit cards and not cash. I don't know. But I do know for a fact that this is not going away anytime soon. Not at all. Is this a black eye on the Broncos and their future ownership? Absolutely it is. Absolutely. I mean, it could put a monkey wrench into monkey wrench into ownership. Owners may back away and say, I don't want to get involved in this. I don't want to be part of this. All I do know, guys, is this is not good for the NFL. And on the heels of that, let me get into this part. On the heels of that, Flores was, Houston still has two coaches to hire. Flores and Lovie Smith, two African-American coaches, are the final two candidates for the Houston Texans. Well, Houston made their choice, and here it is. Lovie Smith was hired by the Texans over Brian Flores. My thought is, could this be happening because the Texans don't want a distraction pertaining to the lawsuit? Could be. Absolutely could be. I mean, if you hire... Now, I'm not taking anything away from Brian Flores. I'm not doing that, guys. I'm just making an observation. Could it be, just like when Tim Tebow was in Denver, there was a huge distraction. The fans wanted Tebow. Everybody in Denver wanted Tebow because of his energy. But he was a distraction. And that's why Elway didn't want Tebow in Denver. Could it be that Houston didn't want the distraction from the possible lawsuit that was coming down in the NFL? Possibly. Or was this something else? We will never know. The only thing we know is that Lovie Smith was hired by the Texans over Brian Flores. Now, Brian Flores also was contacted by a text message from Bill Belichick. And Bill Belichick said, congratulations. You're the new head coach of the Giants. In which Brian Flores replied, are you texting Brian Flores or are you texting Brian Daboll? Oops. Bill Belichick says, oops, sorry. I effed up. You think? Now Flores is thinking, well, why am I going to the Giants interview if Daboll already has the job? Because in his mind, and now the minds of everybody, is because of the fact that they need to have an African American interview. You know, guys, this is not good at all. I mean, can you imagine getting that text from your former boss that said, "Hey, congratulations, man, you made it. That's awesome. Wonderful. Incredible." Oops. Not the right guy. Yeah. Talk about egg on your face. Talk about the biggest blunder you could ever make. We've all made mistakes texting the wrong person. I've done it. A lot of people have done it. But this was, in my opinion, the biggest text blunder, especially under these circumstances and these allegations and these situations. I hope Brian Flores does get a job somewhere. I really do. I hope he gets a second chance. I also hope that this is not a lingering black eye on the NFL or Flores or the Giants or the Broncos or the Dolphins or any other team. I certainly hope it's not a black eye, for life. We're all going to look back at this and hope that it gets resolved. But at this point in time, it's not happening anytime soon. I feel sorry for Brian. I really do. I don't know which direction this is going to go, but I do know it has to take a different direction. All right, guys, I move on. Let's go to Denver Bronco news. Clint Kubiak has been hired as the Broncos passing game coordinator and quarterback coach. Denver's also has hired Alvin as their new offensive coordinator. Now, he came from the Packers along with Hackett. Hackett hired him, obviously. Comes from the Packers, as well as Nathaniel Hackett, like I mentioned. The Broncos also promote Darren Mogi to assistant GM, but there's news on that front too, because apparently, I have to get into this. I'm losing some of my notes. Sorry, guys. The Broncos have also hired Darren Mogi to assistant GM. His previous position was director of player personnel for the Packers. So Hackett is getting his staff organized. He's getting the people he wants. Now, Clint Kubiak is coming from the Vikings, followed his father, Gary Kubiak, from the Broncos to the Vikings, and now Clint is coming home. So we have a head coach in Kubiak. We have an offensive coordinator in Alton, and we have a passing game coordinator and quarterback coach in Clint Kubiak. Guys, this is going to be an offense I can't wait to see. Absolutely going to be electric. It's going to be electric because we have offensive-minded people up front as coaches, as coordinators, and it's going to be a great, great season. I can't wait. I move on. Still speaking about the Broncos. Teddy Bridgewater. Now this one is a little dicey because it involves, well, let me just get into it. If the Broncos cannot land Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, should George Paton sign Teddy Bridgewater for 2 years as Plan B? My response? Well, why not? Teddy Bridgewater is not that bad of a quarterback. He's not. Is he a Super Bowl quarterback? I don't think so. But neither is Drew Lock. And if we can't get an Aaron Rodgers and we can't get a Russell Wilson, why not keep Teddy Bridgewater, who can be very instrumental should we draft a quarterback? Or should Teddy Bridgewater have to be that quarterback for the entire season? Is that a bad thing? No, not in my opinion. Is it the quarterback of the future for the Broncos? No, it's not. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is if we cannot get a Russell Wilson or an Aaron Rodgers, why not keep Teddy Bridgewater? Sure, it's a new head coach. It's a new offensive coordinator. It's a new scheme. But I feel that Hackett and Alton are going to create plays that work directly with what Teddy Bridgewater can do. Or a Drew Lock, if that's the case. But we have to keep a veteran quarterback because we cannot allow, in my opinion, a Drew Lock-led offense in 2022. That's not going to work. It hasn't worked the last 3 seasons. It's not going to work now. Could Drew Lock be better under these new coaches? Possibly. But I'm not betting my mortgage on it. Absolutely not betting it on it. So I say, retain Teddy Bridgewater, sign him for 2 years, 20, 25, 30 mil, make, let's say it's 30 mil, make 18 guaranteed with incentives. Why not? Why not? Comment, guys. Comment in the comment line. Let me know what you think. But I'm basing this on the fact or the possibility that we don't get an Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. for various reasons. The value's too high to get them that we have to give up, or they're just not available, or they chose other teams. We have to have a plan B. Plain and simple, guys. Plain and simple. That's what I say. I say keep a Teddy Bridgewater. It's not going to cost us that much. So why not? All right. Let me move on to, let me put that aside. Let me move on to Curtis Modkins. Now, per Mike Kliss of 9 News, the Broncos running back coach, Curtis Modkins, is leaving and leaning towards joining the Vikings as a running back coach and run coordinator. Modkins has been the Broncos running back coach for the past 4 seasons. Modkins has done great work with Lindsey, Gordon, and Javonte Williams. Why are we getting rid of Modkins? Does Nathaniel Hackett not like him? Does he want to bring in his own person for that job? Possibly. Of course, they always want to bring in their own people. But Modkins has done wonders for Philip Lindsay, for Melvin Gordon, and for Javonte Williams. Why would you change that now? Why? I understand, guys. Coaches want to bring in their own people. I get that. But when something is working, why make a change? To me, this is making a change in midstream. Javonte Williams is entering his 2nd season. He had over 900 yards in his 1st season under Modkins. Why are we upsetting the apple cart? Why are we doing this to him? Williams, that is. Or Gordon. I mean, Philip Lindsay's gone, so that's moot point. But for Gordon, who wants to stay in Denver, who would love to stay in Denver, why are we upsetting the 1-2 punch? The 900 plus yards per running back in Gordon and Williams. Why are we doing this? I mean, I know Hackett has a plan, but I don't understand this move. I don't get it. Okay, so if Modkins goes to the Vikings, is that a 1-2 trade? Modkins to the Vikings and Clint Kubiak to the Broncos? Yes and no. Because Kubiak is not the running back coach. Modkins is. So I kind of have mixed emotions on this, guys. I really do. I don't know who we're going to get as running back coach. All I do know is that Modkins did wonders for Lindsay in the past, Gordon, and Williams this past year. Well, we'll see where it goes, guys. I don't know. But I'm not really happy about this move. I'm really not. I would love to see what Modkins could have done under Hackett and under Clint Kubiak assisting. I really would like to see that. Well, it looks like Modkins is going to the Vikings, and that's definitely going to help out with Cook for sure. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see who Nathaniel Hackett brings in. But that's the latest on Curtis Modkins. All right. We go to the segment that I have previously done before. I haven't done it recently because there hasn't been what I call the Jackass of the Week. And that is Alvin Kamara. Come on, Alvin. Are you serious? Saints running back Alvin Kamara was arrested just hours after the Pro Bowl that he played in in Las Vegas last Sunday. According to reports, Alvin Kamara allegedly battered a person the night before or possibly after the game. That hasn't really been established as to the time frame. That person, it was apparently it was in a nightclub, so it's probably the night before on Saturday, in a nightclub in Vegas. Something happened, don't know exactly what, and he battered a person that is now in the hospital. Seriously. I don't know what the condition is, but I said seriously, meaning that seriously the person is in the hospital. That person identified Kamara as being the suspect. Alvin Kamara was arrested in Las Vegas Sunday around 5:30 p.m. after the Pro Bowl, like I mentioned, that he played in, and was his bail was set at $5,000. And yesterday, being Monday, he had a court hearing in Vegas. Now, my question is simply this. So you go and batter a person, you injure them to the point where they're hospitalized, and you end up going and playing in the game on Sunday like nothing happened? Really? Really? So what kind of mindset does it take that, okay, you're a nightclub, you're having a good time, things happen that went drastically wrong, and you batter a person, injure them where they have to go to the hospital, and now you're going to play a game like nothing happened? I don't get these guys. I don't understand them. Sure, Vegas has a team. Vegas had the Pro Bowl there at Allegiant Stadium. And it's in Vegas, guys. Vegas is notorious for gambling. No kidding. The mob, drinking all hours of the day, night, 24/7 basically. Walking up and down the street. Just doing whatever you want to do. Sin City. And they put a football team in Vegas and have a Pro Bowl there as well. Smart? No, not smart at all. Now, I'm not blaming Vegas in general. I'm not blaming Vegas that it was Vegas's fault. But in general, good things don't happen in Vegas when you put three things together. Three things, guys. 1, gambling. 2, alcohol. 3, money. Bad things are going to happen. And that's what took place. So, Alvin Kamara, you are the first jackass of the week in 2022. Congratulations. You don't want to be on this list, guys. You don't want to be on this list. But if you're a jackass of the week, you're going to be on my show. All right, I move on. All right, let's go to Tom McMahon. Now, the Las Vegas Raiders have hired the Broncos' former special teams coordinator, Tom McMahon. He and new head coach McDaniels go back to the Ram days in St. Louis in 2011. Raiders for a former interim head coach, Versace, is headed to the Packers to be their new special teams coach. Am I thrilled to have Tom McMahon, the special teams coordinator, special teams coach, I should say, not head coach, special teams coach for the Raiders? Yeah, I'm happy. Of course I'm happy. He didn't do anything for the Broncos. I mean, our special teams were horrendous. We gave up more yardage on punt returns, kickoff returns, and such. I think we were ranked 22nd or 23rd in the league in special teams. So do I want him to go to the Raiders? Yeah. Let me give a clap on that one. That was a good one. Great hire, guys. Way to go, McDaniels. Make the Raiders worse. That's my hope. Make the Raiders worse. I mean, what better place for McMahon to go along with Josh McDaniels, who both were horrendous in Denver? Absolutely. Keep them in the AFC West. Because maybe it'll just benefit the Broncos down the road. I mean, think about it, guys. If he goes, or not if, he's there, being in Vegas, the distractions, the situations that go on there, not being a good special teams coach in Denver, I don't think he's going to be any better in the Raiders. I sure hope not. Along with McDaniels, I don't want them to be better. I want them to be worse. That's why they're not on Denver anymore. For the very reason I stated earlier. They're not good. So congratulations. You're on the Raiders, and I hope for the worst. Sorry, guys. I'm a Bronco fan. Of course, I want the best for the Broncos and not the rest of the AFC West. All right, guys. I'm going to go on to another topic along the same line of hiring. Butch Berry. The Broncos, Denver has also hired Butch Berry from the 49ers as their O-line coach. Prior to the 49ers, Berry worked as a senior analyst in Green Bay in 2020 before going to the 49ers in 2021. Like I mentioned before, guys, Nathaniel Hackett is rounding out his coaching staff. He's the head coach. Offensive coordinator is Alton. The quarterback coach is Kubiak. And now we have an O-line coach in Butch Berry. I don't know much about him, but if Nathaniel Hackett is hiring him, he must have a lot of confidence in what he can do in his scheme. Now, like I said, he was on the 49ers last year. Now, being on the 49ers, obviously he's under Kyle Shanahan. Now, Kyle Shanahan runs basically the West Coast offense. So you're bringing Green Bay, you're bringing Green Bay's Alton as offensive coordinator. You also bring in Butch Berry as the O-line coach. It's going to be a West Coast style offense with a Green Bay offensive mindset thrown in. Is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. That's a great thing because it gives the Broncos diversity. It keeps the scheme of the West Coast offense in place. It also brings in young mindset of game planning, a younger approach, not a 60 some odd year old head coach, a 42-year-old head coach with younger ideas, bringing in younger coordinators to assist in the younger ideas, a new direction, a new philosophy, and a new attitude. That's what this Bronco team needs, is attitude, swagger, identity, things this team has not had since Peyton Manning and Gary Kubiak were on the same team in 2016. It hasn't been there, guys, but it's back. 100% it's back. And I am ecstatic. I can't wait. I said this last video, guys. I can't wait for the season. I wish it was tomorrow. I wish it was this Sunday. I really do. I'm excited. I'm energetic. I've got renewed passion. Like I need more passion, right? Well, it's there because of the direction the Broncos are going. I have no other words to say. I mean, I'm running out of adjectives to say how I feel about this coaching staff, the direction we're going. I can't wait. I cannot wait, guys. And like I mentioned, Justin Alton has been hired by Nathaniel Hackett as the offensive coordinator from the Green Bay Packers. Alton has done a great job with the Packers tight end in Robert Tonyan. And Denver hopes he can do the very same thing with Noah Fant and Okwuegbunam. Why not? If he's the offensive coordinator, don't you think and feel for one moment that he is going to implement tight end games? Or not, excuse me, not games, tight end plays? Tight end routes that benefit Noah Fant's ability or Albert Okwuegbunam's ability? Absolutely he's going to. He's going to orchestrate and create exciting plays. Things we probably have not seen before. If he can do it in Green Bay with Tonyan, why can't he do it in Denver? Of course he can. And that's another reason why I'm excited about this upcoming season. Do I feel we're going to go 11-6? 12-5? I don't know. But I do know we have to be much better than 7-10. And with these new additions of these coordinators and these coaches, I feel extremely positive that this team has looked in the, this team can now look in the mirror and say the last 6 seasons are in the past. We are not repeating 7-10. We are not repeating 8-9. We're not repeating those games, those results, those standings. We are moving forward in a positive manner. And I, like I said before, and I can't emphasize this enough, I'm excited, ecstatic, and cannot wait for 2022 NFL season. All right, guys, I'm going to put my last topic. It's a fun one, and then right after this particular topic, I'm going to get in my prediction for Super Bowl 56. Right after this one, Super Bowl tickets. Now, guys, if you're thinking about going to any Super Bowl, I don't care if it's this year's or next year's or whenever. If you're considering about going to a Super Bowl, you might want to save up now because it's going to cost you mint. I mean, it's going to cost you. Well, let me just throw out some numbers that will possibly wake you up if you ever want to go to a Super Bowl. Here it is. According to Ticket IQ, the Ticket IQ data, a 24-person luxury suite in Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium is going to go for $907,000. That's $37,791.66 per each person of the 24-person group. What? $37,791.66 for one game, 1 day, 3.5 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's 24 hours. That is more money than I paid for my wife's car. And in my wife's car is more than 1 day. That is incredible. I continue. However, a seat at the 50-yard line behind the Bengals bench is a mere $62,095. One seat, 50-yard line, right behind the Bengals bench, $62,095. And behind the Rams bench is a mere more affordable price at just $52,829. Guys, that's incredible. That's almost, both of those, $62,095 is almost my entire year's salary. I can't even fathom that kind of money. Now, the cheapest seat, if you just want to sit at the very top, nosebleed section, seating furthest away, whatever, and you want to be at that Super Bowl, and you want to see the Bengals and the Rams game this coming Sunday, here's what you can pay for the cheapest seat at SoFi Stadium for the Super Bowl is $5,600. $5,600. One seat, nosebleed, Super Bowl 56. We know it's going to be sold out, guys, because corporations buy up the seats. I get that. But I'm just throwing it out that that's what the ticket prices are going for. Super Bowl 56, SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles, California, 2022. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow is all I can say, guys. There's no way. I'm going to sit at home. I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to record it in case I miss anything. And I'm going to have a much better seat sitting at home in front of my TV than I would at SoFi Stadium, especially since the Broncos are not there. And now I may think twice about it if the Broncos are in a Super Bowl. I may just venture in to spending that kind of money. No, not happening. Not happening. I can't justify that, guys. I just can't justify it. But I thought that was interesting. Those particular numbers that the NFL is getting from people, well, I was going to say people like you and me, but it's not people like me, that's for sure. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up this video with my prediction for Super Bowl 56. Cincinnati Bengals, Los Angeles Rams, SoFi Stadium, the home of the Rams. Now we have back-to-back Super Bowls where the home team is playing, or I should say, last year was a home team being the Buccaneers at Tampa Bay, James Raymond Stadium. The Rams are actually considered the visitors in this particular Super Bowl, even though it's at SoFi Stadium, their home stadium. Are they going to have their home fans? Well, they didn't really have a whole lot of home fans when they played the 49ers, but they still won. Do I think the Bengals have a chance? Absolutely. But in my opinion, it's going to come down to two things. It's going to be the Rams defense with Von Miller on one side and can't think of his name all of a sudden. It'll come to me, but you know who I'm talking about. He's on the other side. And it's also the second thing is going to come down to whether or not Joe Burrow can execute his checkdowns if he needs to. Oh, Aaron Donald. I knew I'd think of it. Von Miller on one side, Aaron Donald on the other side. If the offensive line can hold them and keep them from sacking Burrows or causing confusion, the Rams will win this game. If Joe Burrows and the offensive line in particular can keep Aaron Donald and Von Miller away from Joe Burrows, and he can read his outlets, he can read his checkdowns, he can read what the defense is giving him and take what the defense is giving him, I look to see Cincinnati winning this game because of a ground game. If they can get their ground game going, if they can continue to move the chains and keep the offense of the Rams off the field, tire out the defense, especially Miller and Aaron Donald, if they can frustrate him to the point where they cannot get to Burrows, then Cincinnati has a really good chance. But I'm just not sure. Because the last time Von Miller was in a Super Bowl was Super Bowl 50. And Von Miller single-handedly won that game for the Denver Broncos against Carolina. He pressured the quarterback. He got turnovers. He got 2 fumbles. One that resulted in a touchdown directly. The other one resulted in a touchdown a couple plays later. Do I see that happening in this game? Absolutely I do. Because in Super Bowl 50, Von Miller had DeMarcus Ware on the other end of the line. And they wreaked havoc on Carolina. And now Von Miller has Aaron Donald on the other side. Is it going to be a replay? Is it going to be Von Miller 2.0? Yes, I think it can be. I really firmly think it can be. I want Cincinnati to win the game. Not because I don't like Von Miller, no. But I want the Bengals because it's AFC. I want Von Miller to have a good game. I really do. And part of me may be selfish that I don't want Von Miller to win a Super Bowl that is not Denver Bronco connected. Possibly, yes. I can be a little selfish there. But that being said, if Von Miller has the kind of game that he had in Super Bowl 50, the Rams will win this game. So here's my prediction. Super Bowl 56, and my prediction will be this. Von Miller, Aaron Donald are going to pressure Joe Burrows. But in the end, Joe Burrows and the Cincinnati Bengals, final score, 27-24, Cincinnati. That's my prediction. That's what I think. That's it, guys. That's all I have. You tell me what you think. You comment in the comment line. You tell me if you feel that the Broncos, excuse me, I wish. If you feel the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl, the Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl, or what exactly do you think and feel? Please feel free, guys, to comment. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Remember, watch Broncos Breakdown every week on YouTube. Also watch myself and the video being uploaded to MHRT Network every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, 7 Eastern. Every Wednesday, I'll be here, guys. I'm Bronco Bill. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We will talk to you after the Super Bowl next week with a special guest on Monday. I'll talk to you then, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.